Hi, gonna change the transmission fluid here on the 2ZZ. Basically, underneath here, you have a drain plug. Let's see if I can find it. Which is right here. And you need a shallow socket, a deep one won't fit. It's 24 millimeter. And yours rust has it kind of stuck on there. So that's a little trick you could try to get a little extra leverage if you don't have a breaker bar. That worked. Okay, what it is, lowered it down a little bit to push down on both with both hands there, but it did break loose. So I was gonna get my drain pan. This car is 75,000 miles, even though it's a 2003. So let's see how it looks. That's why it's great working on cars. Nothing ever goes right. Because that's doesn't look too bad, really. So what we're going to do is take the jack stand out, level the car off. Let's see what that looks like under there. Make sure everything comes out. And the fill plug is right down there. That one right there. The 10mm hex. I'll fill it up in a minute. Sometimes things are just too easy, and this wasn't, but the 10mm hex, I had to hammer it in there because it was kind of rusted out, and it's kind of really in there, so I figured out a way to break that loose. So it's not exactly going to be easy because you can't get an extension on there really. And I don't want to twist that hex head bolt because that's it really sucked to get out of there since I drained the fluid first. So a little tip there, try to get the fill plug out first before draining the fluid. Might make it easier. I held it up with the other hand, got my trusty rubber mallet here, and just hit it pretty good a few times and it broke loose. So now it's stuck in there. Basically, that's the location right there for the fill. Just take that out. There you go. And I'll put this back in there. Drop it in the oil. That's usually what happens. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. And then pretty much what you do is you put it back on the ground and you fill it up, and then when fluid starts coming out, what you do is you put fluid back in the fill plug there, and when fluid starts coming out, that's when it's full. So you just put the plug back in there, and what you put in is 7590 full synthetic transitive fluid. I'm just using Lucas because that's kind of what they had instead of using generic stuff at the store. So a lot of people use Redline or Royal Purple because when this transmission was cold, it was shifting kind of rough until it warmed up. It was just real notchy. So I'll let you know how it is when I get it changed here. I just got a hose and I put it on the end of the bottle, and just going to stick the hose down the fill hole from up here and start putting it in. And can't really see much, but since gear oil is pretty thick, it takes a while to work its way down in there. Can't see much. There you go. Took exactly 2 quarts pretty much, and it started pouring out the fill hole. So just put the nut back in there, and it's done. And I just want to show you another thing. On the old oil, for some reason there's that weird discoloration. Usually in transmission fluid, though, you're going to have, if you see like sparkles in the sunlight, it's usually normal because there's metal. There's going to be little metal shavings from the gears and stuff in a manual transmission car. Even in automatics, you have some metal on the drain plug usually that has the magnets on them. So it's usually not a big deal. You'll see some. If you see big chunks of metal, then you have an issue somewhere. I'm not sure if this just maybe dye that GM used since it was the OEM fluid or not. Could be. I'm not sure. But I figure after it's a 2003, 13 years, it just needed changed, even though there's only 75,000 miles on the car.